Well, it's my honor to be here today to deliver your commencement speech. Thank you to President Judy Gregg, to Interim Provost Greg White, and to the Board of Trustees, to all the faculty, to the parents and families and friends, to the graduates. Thank you for allowing me to deliver your commencement speech. I was reminded that I was here a couple of years ago as a reporter covering your production of Scrooge. It was fabulous. Come back often. So there are two things I know about commencement speeches. One, it should be about you, the graduates. And two, it should be short. And then when I heard it was going to be outdoors, I thought, oh, this has got to be really short. And in my business of broadcasting, we like short. We like short stories, short sound bites. This is a quick thing. 8 seconds is just about right for a sound bite. 12 seconds, way too long. And why, you ask? Because all of you have remote controls. And you're in front of that television, and every 7 seconds, you are pressing that remote control, and you're flipping to the next station every 7 seconds. So that's why we've got to be short. But back to why we're here. This morning, it's all about you, the graduating class of 2010. And in every commencement speech, as in every term paper you've written, well, you've got to have a title. And I have to say, I thought about a title for you today and played with a couple of titles and came up with this one, Rewriting the Rules. You can call it anything you want. In my generation, we called it playing outside the sandbox, coloring outside the lines, new generations, new words. So this prompted me to do some research. I thought, gosh, I'm coming to university. I gotta do some research here. And I researched the generations. As I realized, there are so many generations here. So if you were born between 1900 and 1927, you are part of the greatest generation. That's the title for you. And I know that we've got a wonderful graduate, Ruth Singleton, who, where is she? She is fabulous. She's getting a master's in public administration. I understand she is 85 years young. There she is. Woohoo! You're part of the greatest generation. If you were born, and everybody out there, and on stage, if you were born between 1928 and 1945, you are part of the silent generation. Be proud, give a wave. Where are you? Where are you? If you were born between 1946 and 1964, you are part of the baby boomers. I'm a baby boomer. Where are you? Come on, people, people, people. Yes, be proud. If you were born between 1965 and 1979, you are part of Generation X. Give a shout. If you were born between 1980 and 1979, you are part of Generation Y, the millennial generation. You are called millennials because you are the generation to come of age before and the new millennium. So where are you, Generation Y? Give a shout. Here you are. Of course, we baby boomers, I'm a baby boomer, we are this huge generation. We are 75 million strong. And we, of course, we were going to change the world. We protested, we rebelled, we had the summer of love. In the end, we went to work. Now, I know that a lot of you are part of Gen X and Gen Y, and we've done a lot of research on Gen X and Gen Y. Something about you. Gen X, you are 50 million strong. Gen Y, you are 71 million strong. Gen X, you accept diversity. Gen Y, you celebrate diversity. Gen X, you are pragmatic and practical. Gen Y, you are optimistic and realistic. And here is the key. Gen X, you reject the rules. Gen Y, you rewrite the rules. And here's a little bit more about the Gen X's and the Gen Y's when it comes to technology. Gen X, you use technology. Gen Y, you assume technology. Gen Y's, you were practically born with cell phones in your hands. Studies show you Gen Y folks, you millennials, you actually take your cell phones to bed with you. You use it for emails, songs, news, videos, games, and yes, even your alarm clock. And you also admit to texting a lot. In one day, Gen Y, well, you text about 20 text messages a day. Power texters, you're up to 50 texts and more a day. The record seems to be 4,000 texts in 1 month. And you text, and I text. Now we have this entire text language, couple text language that I think we all know. LOL, what is it? Laugh out loud. YTB, come on, YTB, you're the best. MOS, mom over shoulder. Well, in my generation, we baby boomers thought that paging was a revolution. Cell phones, well, that was the new frontier. So what does this all mean about the generations, about technology, about cell phone, about texting, and why knowing about your generation, the one before you, the one after you, why is it so important? Because in today's economic times, we find ourselves all working together in the same workplace. 4 generations, 18 to 85 years young, working at the same company, in the same store, the same university, the same manufacturing plant, the same office. And we must all get along. And as you move into the job market, and some of you are already in the job market, you find yourselves overseeing employees old enough, yikes, to be your parents. Needless to say, styles are different. So as you rewrite the rules, and please do, remember a few words from the older generations. Kindness counts. Hard work counts. And don't let anyone tell you you can't, because you can. And you may have to rewrite the rules. I knew a young girl once who had a dream of meeting Hollywood stars and very important people. The problem was she was from a poor family. Her father never graduated from high school. Her mother worked in a bakery. There were 4 kids in the family. But family values, luckily, taught her that hard work was important, studying hard was important. And yes, this young girl became the first in her generation in her family to graduate from college. And she still dreamed. She still dreamed of meeting Hollywood stars. And my gosh, being a host on television. Trouble was, back then in the 70s, there was no one on television who looked like her, with a surname that was far from middle America. How dare she even think that she could do it, that she could be on television? And that's exactly what happened. She dreamed it, and she went and she worked it. She did meet and interview everyone from Julia Roberts to San Francisco 49er great Joe Montana to, yes, even Congresswoman Jackie Spear. And you're right if you're thinking that young girl was me. So text this, everyone. DIB, dream it big, and be unafraid to RTR, rewrite the rules. Have a great future. Thank you very much.